There are 6 different classes in Avatars Saga, and each one have their own set of advantages and disadvantages. No class is the perfect choice that should be recommended to all players, but in today's video we'll be going through all the pros and cons of the various classes available to be chosen at the start of your game. The Bladesmaster in Avatars Saga is a melee DPS type class that wields a sharp-edged blade as a main weapon. Blademasters are generally preferred for executing tough enemies that have high defenses and armor values. This is because they excel at shredding armor and magic resistance. One of the better types of melee DPS, they are essential for any team that lacks melee source of damage. They themselves have quite little HP pools if they are built for damage, but they can also be built to be a warrior and be sturdy. In general, Blademasters are fast, mobile, and deal tons of damage to enemies caught in their rampage. The Swordsman in Avatars Saga is another melee DPS class that wields the sharp sword as the main weapon. Often debated as a direct comparison to the Blademasters, the Swordsman also plays a similar role. This is because they both excel at shredding armor and magic resistance. While choosing a melee damage dealer for your team, it is required that you understand the requirements of your team. For solo play, you can choose any of the two depending on your opinion, as they both perform exactly the same. The exception with Swordsmans are that they are purely damage focused, while Blademasters can be built to be somewhat tanky. In general, Swordsmans are great single target and AoE target damage dealers that can create havoc in compact environments. The Archer is a long-range class in Avatars Saga that makes use of the traditional bow and arrow to deal damage from distance. Having the eyesight of an eagle, they can take their shots from huge distance and act as snipers. They are often considered as the main source of DPS in any fight. Due to their squishy nature and lack of natural defense capabilities, they are the hunting targets for many assassins and swordsmen. And overall, their long range and high mobility are the key factors which help them deal so much damage and survive. Assassins in Avatars Saga are also melee range class that specializes in the execution of enemies. And although they are quite rich in dealing damage, the same cannot be said when it comes to their defenses. They are quite vulnerable to getting crowd controls and are fairly nimble. Contrary to other MMORPGs, the assassin in Avatars Saga can also go invisible and leave a trace of clones to confuse the enemies. And said to be the perfect duelist in 1v1 battles, assassins excel when an enemy is isolated. The main aim here is trying to attack the squishy targets such as the archers, mages, and even swordsmen. Spearman in Avatars Saga is another melee range class that is classified as a mid-range class. Spearmen have the best damage dealing abilities in the game according to some data mined sources. They possess both short range and long range attacks for single target and AoE target damage active skills, and this makes them quite a menace to fight with. However, that's where they lack in expertise. They don't have anything special that makes them stand out among the rest. And the saying goes true: Jack of all trades, but master of none. Wizards in Avatars Saga is a long-range class that use their wands as weapons. They are known for their efficient crowd control abilities and ability to inflict continuous damage, but they are also very squishy in nature, susceptible to getting executed quite easily by other strong damage dealers, like the assassin and the swordsman. They are not good at being mobile and need to rely on their instincts to dodge incoming attacks. But instead, they compensate for that with being the best choice to pick initially due to their low cooldowns abilities that deal ton of damage to all enemies caught in their projectiles. Master of Elements, the wizards are recommended for veterans of the gen, and they can be quite fun to play. And to have even more fun, BlueStacks is the way to go. With that, you enjoy Avatars Saga at the high resolution on the big screen of your PC and with your keyboard and mouse. Also, the link for our socials are in the description, where you'll find the latest gaming news and game guides. Anyway, that's it for today's video, thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.